out or borrowed. Shit, man, that was worth every penny I paid for it, having that little intro. Hey, man,
Definitely.
MDK, elite business coaching. This freaking thing should be packed with business owners trying to get some knowledge to grow their business. I ain't on here interviewing anybody. We're just all in here talking shit and trying to figure out business and how to get to the next level. But got Lazarus in here with us. We got the big Doug Rock up in New York right now. Lazarus, you're in Pennsylvania, right? Somewhere like that?
Yeah, southeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Hour and 10 minutes outside of Philly.
Hey, man, you ever been over those steps where Rocky ran up the steps?
Oh yeah, I was just there. Last month?
Yeah.
Damn, southeast PA, and you're an hour and a half from Philly.
Yeah.
No, I'm more like hour and 10 minutes, depending on what section of the city had traffic. I mean, if there's no traffic, I can be there in like 50 minutes.
Gotcha.
Hey, sometime today I'm going to talk about best practices, not the best practices, which means not smart business practices, guru of your own podcast. And a question that I used to ask and haven't asked it in a while. But I know Doug is finishing up his summer, which is a lot of gymnasiums, and then he's heading back home to
Chattanooga.
And you've got some shit lined up. And then we got to get you ready for the winter stuff. Hey man, like I think I texted you one time, but when you get home and you're going out on estimates, man, I really want you to take Anaya. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to get mad at me no more. But man, she should go to all of the estimates with you. And I just ran an ad today. I'm going to try to interview 5 to 6 different sales guys for my marketing company, MDK. But so I want you to either hire a salesperson, or every time you go on an estimate, take Anaya and show that whole family dynamic, which is going to sell the jobs 80% more than if it's just you. And we were talking about the same shit that we were just talking about before we went live. That's between me and you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because man, as good looking as I am and as sweet and smooth as I can talk to the homeowner, man, when Danielle, my daughter, comes with me, all bets are off, man. They don't want anything to do with me. All they do is want to talk to her. Whoa, honey, what are you doing in this? And she knows all the answers and knows how to run the equipment. She's got all this, and I'm the one going around measuring like I'm.
I was about to say, you just go measure.
yeah, shut up, Daddy. Go measure that. Come back. But they love her. And it's facts tell, stories sell. So it's always the story. So with Anaya, with Danielle, even with the Danielle's partner, my little dude who kind of acts like I'm his dad, and I pop him in the back of the head all the time, Miguel. Same thing, man, they get to talk about kind of growing up in the industry, watching me and learning from me and knowing how much they wanted to do the same thing that I was doing and carry on the tradition and all that stuff. So it's and a lot of it is real, and some of it is just show, just to make that sell better.
Storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling. It's like, and there's a couple of books. I got one that's on my Audible. It's story selling. Have you read it?
Or did you? I don't think so.
Yeah, man. It's a good book though. It really is all about the story selling. And look, Lazarus, you should probably read it. Let me pull it up, because Lazarus is doing a whole bunch of new branding for his company, and story selling really helps with that kind of stuff. But it was story selling that there was a couple of things in it that busted my bubble. And the biggest one was, and we just talked about Rocky running up those steps, is they always tell the story. I don't hear it as much anymore. Anthony Robbins used to tell it all the time. Every presentation I went to, Anthony Robbins would tell the Rocky story, how Sylvester Stallone was broke and losing everything and didn't have any money, but he wrote this great script and he was trying to sell it, and the movie companies kept trying to give him, $100,000, and he was like, no, I need to be Rocky. I am Rocky. And they're like, no, 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 and well, we'll give you 200,000. No, I got to be Rocky. I'm Rocky. And it didn't have any money, and his wife didn't know what was going on, and he was so broke he had to sell his dog, the dog that's in the movie, and kept going, and they offered him like 400,000. Let me, but he was, give us all the rights, and he's like, no, I'm Rocky. I'm in, and all in all, it's like that. It's a big story, and it was all made to fuck up, and that broke that bust one of my little bubbles.
That was all made up.
Yeah, man. It was all
shit.
made up. Yeah, because. One, he wasn't broke. He had money, and he had done small things, and he did a lot of writing and sold a lot of other shit, like his writings. He's a really good writer when it comes to movies and all that crap. Because he did that second John Travolta movie, which Saturday Night Live or Saturday Night Fever, whichever one the first one was. Sylvester Stallone wrote the second one, and does like that little cameo in the beginning or at the end when John Travolta's walking down the sidewalk all cool. He walks past John Travolta and they look at each other for like just a couple of seconds. But it's always the story that sells. So and that's all branding really is. Me and Lazarus was talking last week, and I told him, unfortunately, and I guess I should care and I don't, but I kind of branded myself the contractor's contractor. So when people hear my name, they just think, oh, that's that dude, the jerk. And not the movies with what's his name? Let me get the name of this. Lazarus, tell Doug a little bit about yourself. What you doing, brother?
So, I started my own carpet cleaning business.
Nice.
4.5 years ago. Now I'm tired of competing with lower end and cheap carpet cleaners. So because I'm more of like, all right, I put a sealer door up, corner guards, the red neoporn runner, I call it the red carpet treatment, and people don't want to pay those prices. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pivot. So last year around this time, I have a little bit refinishing background, very little, not much, but I pick up real easily. Got me a UV curing machine, got all the hardwood refinishing stuff. I'm the only person in Southeastern PA with a ultraviolet curing system for hardwood floors. So that's my unique selling proposition, So now I'm targeting higher end communities, basically where like the Eagles and Phillies, like players, all them hockey guys, where they live, they either live in mainline or in like Jersey, the nice part of Jersey. So I landed my first hardwood install. We start that project next week. That's $33,000. Landed another one for $63,000. That we start that on the 22nd, and a $9,000 refinish. Nice. I also live real close to a city floor supply, so I was able to network with other flooring guys that have large teams, like medium, small to large teams. So as long as I can keep the work coming in, I can sub it all out and make my profit that way. And the only thing I'm personally doing is just laying the poly and UV curing. So
nice.
My goal is to keep that momentum going.
Exactly.
Does this show up? Yeah,
storytelling, selling.
Yeah, story selling. These dudes. They may even have a second one out now, but it really is good. It's how you write everything. Like when people are reading it and you're getting them emotionally involved and all that stuff. But and with that, man, like that story, that question that I used to ask guys, and I still do, especially if I'm working with a general contractor, but any contractor or any business owner really, is I always say, look back over the last year, last 2 years, last 3 years at all of your projects. Look at all of them, and what's the 3 projects that brought in the most amount of profit for the least amount of time and effort? And I know you've heard me, because I've asked you, Doug.
Yeah.
Because that's what, that's what I want you that's what I said. That's where I think your energy should be focused at is, what makes you the most amount of profit, because that's the only number we care about. What makes you the most profit in the least amount of time with the least amount of energy.
Absolutely.
And then I have guys go, yeah, man, I got all this money, blah, blah, blah. But I don't like doing that. And I'm like, dude, if you're doing this because you like it, quit charging everybody. Do it for free. I ain't doing this shit because
Oh, man.
I love getting up and on my knees scraping corners. Sure. But and you can venture out away from that. And you probably should, depending on where you live. And I think all of us live in areas that have a pretty big population, but if you can concentrate on those three things, and I'd narrow it down to the 1 and 2, because that's where you want is the most amount of profit, and do those over and over and over again until you get better and better and better at it. We were talking about Tuesday. I talked about the 10,000 hour thing is to master something. It takes like 10,000 hours, and that, because with hardwood flooring, I've been doing this since 1982. If it's wood you walk on, we've done it. I've done it all, everything. But all I really want to do is sand and finish old floors and make them natural. That's it. People won't stain, so we do the stain. But it's sand and we do the repairs, we do the installation. But the bread and butter is doing the sand and finishing over and over again. It's the easiest that I can train guys with, teach them, the least amount of mistakes. I went out this morning. The day's my daughter's birthday. We had to get to Benihana's. And I went and helped these guys do some stuff. And I used it as a teaching tool just to show these dudes. It's not something that we normally do. But one, when you pick the three things and just master those three things and get better and better and better and better at it, one, all of your marketing is condensed to those 1 or 2 things. So you're not trying to market to everything, installation, repairs, screening codes, and that's just hardwood flooring. If you're doing more stuff, now your marketing dollars has to be spread. Unless you're running ads everywhere going, hey, I'm the jack of all trade. Call me no matter what it is that you need. I can do it all, and see how that works for you. But so one, your fine point, you're shooting for the bullseye, not just trying to splatter the wall. So your marketing dollars return a lot better. But then you can buy the products in bulk easier. Your guys are doing it over and over again, so they're getting better at it, less mistakes. And you've heard me say over and over, Doug, is like we've got our little system for refinishing wood floors to where we can do it in half of the time that most guys. So I could charge the same amount as my competition, but because of our systems and how often we do it, I could charge the same amount as my competition, but we would make 30% more profit. But because of our branding and our reputation, we're able to charge 30 to 40% more than our competition and do it faster and better than they could have done it. I could charge 30% less and still make just as much profit if I wanted to undercut them and do that. But that's because, we're doing the same thing over and over again. We're just, man, when those guys show up, they're like little ants and mice just running all over. Everybody knows what the heck they're doing. When it's new things that we're trying to do, or how to lay out flooring and do this, is like it's the speed is not there. Everything is time. Everything is time. It's like get it in, get it out, get as much as you and they all know, because everyone that works for us, their goal is to eventually get paid per job. Talking about that whole pay performance thing, and so they want to learn how to do it the fastest way without the least amount of callbacks. Because when I turn them loose and start paying them per job, their pay can almost double almost instantly. Definitely go up 30%, because they're getting paid by the job, and they know how they already, because they've worked with me for a year and a half, 2 years, they can get in there and get it done. And then when there's some things that like we did today, it's going to slow them down and the profit's not going to be there. But you're charging more for that kind of stuff. Like we went and did a stupid ass repair today that I cannot stand doing, and normally we won't do it. But they're there. We charge them $2,000, and 2 guys are there for like 4 hours. So I don't even know what the hell we paid them. Like, I don't know, $35 an hour, or whatever the hell it ends up being. So we probably cleared $1,500 profit, and and I guess it's worth it, but not to me because there's too many things that can go wrong. Which bring me into that whole best practice and not the best practice. Because what we did, like I was in Facebook arguing with some dudes last week because they're in there asking, they've got pictures and they're going, hey, how can I make this match the old floor better? And I'm like, dude, quit doing that shit. Just quit doing it. It's like, we try our best to talk homeowners out of sanding one room and matching the rest of the house. Normally we won't. We just walk the fuck away, and that's because of after 40 years and doing it 50 times, and every time we've done it way more than that. Shit, probably 500 times. But every time that we've done it, and we explain it's never going to match, it's not going to match, this is it. The homeowner's like, oh no, we understand. As long as you can just get it close, you come to realize that your idea of close and the homeowner's idea of close is not the same. So when it's all said and done and finished, now you start arguing about the money. Oh well, I can tell the difference. I can say, yeah, man. We said it's like, oh, it for us, it just ain't worth it unless you're dire straits and need the money and you don't want to be there because then they treat you like blood in the water, like a shark. Your back is in the corner and you really want to kill them, like that dude that took the hammer to the tile in that bathroom. Remember that years ago? I've been there. I'm like, God, I said, not only is like, man, the only reason I took this effing job is because I need the money. And now you don't want to pay me because, you don't think it's close enough when I told you it wasn't going to be close. And I've done it way too many times. And every time you let the homeowner talk you into it, knowing that you shouldn't. And we did that today. And that's what, and I was trying to tell these guys on Facebook, it's like, dude, I've been doing this 40 years and there's not too many people better with colors than I am, whether it's water dyes or bleaching or alcohol stains or just what little different stupid tricks to hide shit. And I'm never happy with it. I'm, the homeowner is, but I never am because I can always spot it. Even if you have the exact same color, the same can, that all is the same shit, and it's 6 months later, it's never going to look the same just because of the UV light, because of walking it, the little bitty nicks and cracks always show up. A new floor is just going to look new. You'll just freaking see it.
And even if you get it right, dead on, it's not going to age the same. So
it ain't going to age the same.
So now, yeah.
And a lot of times it's like you don't want people to watch how the sausage is made because it's 5 or 6 boards and you've seen it. Like their friends, maybe the friends could come over from next door. They may not be able to pick it out, but because the homeowner has seen it and they know where it is, they're going to always see it. And that's what I tell these guys on any job site is like, man, when there's a problem, you need to be the pickiest customer to yourself. And anytime there's a freaking problem, fix it immediately. Please don't let the homeowner see it and point it out to you. Because no matter how good you fix it, they're always going to see it. Even it's like you take the board out, change it, put it back in, and like, well, I know it's a new board, but it's a little higher. It ain't, because it's all mental. And that kind of goes back to if your van is dirty and you show up and you got the ass crack like a plumber, or you're not taking care of yourself, they're going the same way you take care of your truck and tools. They're going to go, shit, he ain't taking care of that. He's not going to take care of my house and my floor. Everything is perception. I don't know if anything is real. I don't know if in all of the universe, I don't know if any of it's real. It's all perception, because you get 10 people looking at something, you're going to get 10 different opinions, and it's everybody's perception. So when they see you pulling up and doing this and that, it's all perception. That's why, like, the first thing in, the first thing out of the band, the last thing in the band, and one of my pet peeves is it's got to be the freaking tarps. I want everything fucking covered. And they're still going to knock something over and spill it. But I at least want the homeowner's perception is that we're doing everything we can to take care and make sure nothing gets spilled, nothing gets dropped on the driveway, nothing gets stopped on the brick, nothing gets, we got the vacuums on the equipment, hang the fucking plastic, let them, because they're going to see every little speck of dust. These guys who say, yeah, we're dust free. I'm like, dude, all you're doing is asking for fucking trouble. But again, it's all effing perspective. And we thought about doing cleaning crews afterwards, and just paying the $150 and send, 2 women in there. But shit, then I'm afraid they're gonna break something, or then they're gonna like, well, they didn't clean, but it's like it's everything starts in the beginning. I tell you, you should. You see me on a sales call with a homeowner, and you think I'm trying to talk them out of doing the fucking job, because I'm giving them all the negative shit that's going to happen and could happen. And it's being recorded, because at the end, because if something happens and I've already talked about it, the homeowner's like, oh yeah, they mentioned that. But if something happens and you haven't talked about it, and you give, and it ain't an excuse, you just explain what happened. But in their head is like, you're making up excuses. You're trying to say it like, and next thing you know, they're in these effing Facebook hardwood floor groups asking questions, and 1,000 dumbasses are given 1,000 different answers. Oh, that's the worst job I ever seen. That's to this. And I'm the only one in there telling the homeowner they're full of shit, get off their fucking knees and turn off the spotlight. Yeah, so it's finding those 3 things that bring you in the most profit, and doing it over and over again, and becoming the best at it, so that you squeeze out and wring out as much profit as you can. And once you're doing that, yeah, you can expand the business. Everybody wants to hear that stupid word, scale your business, scale your business. The only way to scale the business is to either serve more clients or offer more services, period. And then you got to help. And when you start doing that, now you're if it's serving more clients and you're doing one of those 3 things where you're wringing out all the profit, you're able to scale pretty easy if you can hire and train guys, because you got to be able to hire the dudes to do the work. But when you start branching out and doing new things, like Lazarus right now, if you go from cleaning carpets to screening, coating the floor, a lot more profit. I think I've never cleaned carpet, so I don't know. But then again, there's more risk in the beginning until you get really, really good at it and cut through all the bullshit. And then you go, okay, well, man, screening and coating, and there may be more profit in screening and coating than there is sanding and staining and finishing down to the raw wood. But then that's just another something that you can add. And then you can add in the whole installation. And then now I got some of my buddies who are bugging me about doing concrete coating in the garages. Because they're like, damn, man, we got all the grinders, we got all this, we got the vacuums. I'm like, dude, I don't want to learn shit else. I mean, maybe, I don't know if I slowed down or if the guys needed something. And I looked into it. But man, the process for doing it was a lot more than the process for refinishing wood floors. And I'm like, man, instead of doing another garage, I'd rather have another floor to sand and finish. I know that profit margin. But there, there's stuff there. And then and then you can branch out if you want to have a showroom and you're selling the material, and the glue, and then maybe just subbing out the labor and walking away from it altogether. And you can do like everybody else. And every time the job goes bad, blame it on the installer. No matter what it is, it's always the installer's fault. The glue, it's never the glue. All of that shit. That's my little rant today, is one, really fine tune your business, what your business is. And with this whole, because I'm not a business coach. I've been doing this shit since 95, meaning helping guys grow their business, only because, like, dude, you're retarded and never went to school, but you're doing okay. What are you doing? And I'd tell them. The marketing thing that we're doing now, MDK Digital, I'm trying to turn that into a business if it doesn't take too much of my free time. And I'm hiring some guys right now. That's why we're running the ads right now for some sales rep and other stuff. And most of the things like building the websites, the Google ads, YouTube channel, all of that shit I can personally do. And I was talking to one of my guys today, and he was like, well, man, you don't even have to hire anybody. You can do it. And I'm like, dude, have you watched any of my fucking videos? If I have to be there, it ain't a job. I mean, it ain't a business, it's a job. My job as a business owner is to replace myself as quickly as possible. I just need to make sure I replace them with someone who can do better work than me. And the only reason I want to do MDK and make it more legitimate is because of how many of us get ripped off by these dudes who watch a couple of YouTube videos, and the next thing you know, they're hitting up all the contractors, to build their website, run their ads and Facebook and all this other shit. And they don't have a clue about construction. They don't have a clue about sales. They don't have a clue about marketing. They're just saying whatever it takes to get money out of contractors. And that's when, when I wrote the book 5 years ago, that was my pet peeve. Is I was like, God damn, freaking kills me, because, man, in construction, it's the hardest business in the world to run, I believe. It's insane. Dealing with homeowners, and that part I get. I mean, because a man's home is his castle, all of that shit, and the queen runs the fucking castle. I don't care who you are, even if you're two gay guys living together, one of you run the castle. My daughter went out and met with these two lesbian ladies last week, and my God, they're remodeling this whole freaking house. I mean, money just doesn't seem to be any option. But the one lady knew. My daughter said, "Yeah, she was. You knew who the wife was, and you knew who the husband was." One lady kept saying, "Well, I don't care as long as she's happy. I don't care as long as she." So somebody is running the place. But for them to invite us into that castle and do work, I don't care if it's the roof, the windows, the air conditioning, the floors, carpet cleaning. That's different. Is like, because it's so freaking personal. And so you're dealing with their personalities, and it gets so emotional when we don't educate them properly in the beginning, and they think that they're getting taken advantage of. That's what's wrong with car salesmen and auto repairs, all of that shit. Like, nobody wants to go get their car worked on because the guy's a jerk and is going to rip you off. And I don't think that's true. I just think that I just think some guys know their shit better than other guys. And I think that's what happens in construction. Is there's some guys who just know their shit better than other people. Matter of fact, me and Lazarus talked last week, a couple of days ago, and he was talking about the UV curing, and I wanted him to make videos explaining that. And do you remember what I told you, Lazarus? I said you need to go on to Google and learn what all the naysayers and what other contractors are going to come in and tell the homeowner, and when they're talking shit about the UV curing.
Yeah.
Because a good sales dude, when a dude shows up behind you and you've talked about the UV cure and all this other stuff and why you charge a little bit more, if somebody's on their game, they're going to come in and they're going to go, "Oh my God, he didn't say that, did he? Oh shit, oh shit. Let me tell you, here's what the truth is, blah blah blah." And if he sounds more convincing than you, he's going to win. Again, it's all fucking perspective.
Yeah.
The data, the date, all that, like the biz doctor says, numbers. What's he say, Rock? Numbers.
Who is it?
The biz doc on PD, on PBD, where he says something like words speak, but numbers scream. That's what his thing is. Words speak, but numbers scream. So when you have the numbers and the data, is like, that's the facts. But again, man, the facts are what tells. It's the story that sells. You got to hook them emotionally. When I do sales training and when I do sales in someone's house, it's rare that I'm talking about the job itself. 80% of it is talking about them and building that relationship and almost weaving it in. And I hate for it to come across deceptive, because I really do mean it. But even as I'm talking about the floor, they don't know it, but I'm telling stories about other jobs that we did. And I'm saying shit like, "Oh man, but when we're at the Getty Museum, blah, blah, blah." Or when I was over there and we worked on Burt Reynolds' house way back when, and we was doing it. And when I'm bringing up shit like that, I'm telling stories and weaving it in. And have you seen that movie, The Hangover 2, that big mansion that's in the boom? Yeah, that's man, we were there a couple of weeks right before the last helicopter flight that Kobe Bryant took. They flew into there because there's a helicopter pad, and he always stayed there when his daughter was doing basketball stuff up in Sandy. I'm telling stories about houses that we've worked on, and I'll give the history like hand distressing and shit. I could do a fucking all-day seminar just on hand distressing and how we would mimic castles in France and bring it over here, install it, and then get on hands and knees and hand scrape it so it looked like it had been walked on for 1,000 years. And then I explain why there's wear patterns and how the knot hole is like iron and will never wear out. but all the softwood around it wood, and like and they're like, oh my, it's like all of that's fucking stories. It's all stories for the perception of them to go, my God, man, this is the guy, this is the dude, blah blah blah. And that's what the videos are. When I'm begging you guys to do video and content, which brings me down to the last thing that I wanted to talk about today. But all of that it's the content on the internet. Those are all the stories that people are learning about you before they even call you. When they see your website and the welcome video and the video testimonials, the video content, that's all stories that is in their perception is like, oh man, this dude, man, this dude is trustworthy, and hopefully you are. There's a marketing guru that did Saturday. He did this big brand new book launch, Alex Ramosi. I don't know if you know him. He's got probably 10 million people that follow him, and he did this big 3-hour book launch. And I don't know, like I'd pick up guns and follow this motherfucker into war, because he comes across as if everything he says, he 100% means it from his heart.
You know, I'm sorry, real quick. You know what makes that motherfucker a genius?
What's that?
He came out with that book, right? $100 million money, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that motherfucker made $100 million selling books that week.
Yeah, man. Like, hang on. Keep talking, Doug. Hang on.
Yeah, I mean, he was on live for like 9 hours selling books, and he like everything he talks about, he did right there. Like if you pay attention, he did the offer. He talked about the leads. He talked about the money models, and then he told you if you're really about this life, buy 200 books so we could give them away.
So we can donate them.
So we could donate them. So spend another $6,000 and donate these books. He made $100 million. That he sold like 3-point-something million books.
Man, because I'm looking for my book. Because the last book launch he did, the exact same effing thing. And I bought 3 of them and got the hat.
Yeah, me too.
And I got the $100,000 worth of downloads and never looked at them. But when he talks, you believe him.
He's a market. He's the guy. Like you know what's so funny? I heard another dude that was doing a podcast, young kid. But man, if he's not just regurgitating what Alex says, what Dan Kennedy was saying years ago.
Yes. Yeah, because you were listening to magnetic marketing and Dan Kennedy stuff.
But Dan Kennedy, Alex Hormozy like cites Dan Kennedy all the time too. Like he's make an offer so good that they feel stupid not to buy it.
And but you got to get in front of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to get in front of people. When I was speaking and traveling with Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, that's the only way I was able to make it, was because Les took me under his wing and got me in front of people. Because you got to be, no matter how great your message is, if you're only telling it to 2 people, there you go.
Exactly.
There you but in the world of marketing, like I said, I've been doing this shit since '95. I just dug in and never let go. But marketing has never changed, and it will never change since the caveman days. The only thing that changes is the media in which we deliver the marketing, meaning it used to be the yellow pages. Now it's Google. It's Google, period. But it's the radio, the newspaper ads, Craigslist, Facebook, billboards, yard signs, wrapping your trailers. All of that is how we deliver marketing. The marketing never changes. The marketing is the perception, the words that you use in your name of your company, the tagline underneath it, the paragraph, what they call elevator speech, that which is a story to get them enticed, because every word will paint a picture in your prospect's mind, and those pictures will produce emotions. And with those emotions, you're able to control them. That's all marketing is. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, nobody does it better than the food industry, period. Nobody. Man, I just finished this book, salt, sugar, and fat. All about the chemistry and the science that goes into these food companies put into every little grain. Man, it's crazy. And I don't think they mean. I don't think they're doing it to kill us, because if they kill us, they kill their clientele.
I mean, they just don't give a fuck.
They
It's
just don't give it.
profit, profit,
No, man,
profit.
their job is to sell whatever the hell they're selling, and the science that goes into the tip of your tongue, taste buds, to the top of your tongue, to the back of your tongue, to the roof of your mouth, and all the way down into your stomach, the sensors that are sensors that are in there. Man, they've got it. And that's they care not one iota about the nutrition that's in it. Their thing is, how can we get you addicted to buy more? And
Absolutely.
they've mastered it. And once they've got it, the chemical wise, man, that they turn it over to me and the marketing crew, and then they use the colors and the names and the stories and all of that shit. Coca-Cola is probably the best, and then fighting it out with Pepsi and Michael Jackson and, man, all of it. It's insane.
I mean,
But
cornflakes,
yeah,
yeah, cornflakes is
yeah,
the
man.
reason why we say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day,
Yeah, all because them 7-day Adventists.
because they wanted to sell more cereal.
That plus the 7-day Adventists were trying to get men not to be so damn horny. They were trying to make them be erectile dysfunction. It's the history of it is just crazy. But the marketing will never change. It's the media in which we deliver the marketing is the only thing that changes. And that story selling book that I just showed you will help you with the branding. And then and like I said, that last thing I told you guys was Guru Podcast, because I talk about it all the fucking time. Anthony is doing it more. I talked to my daughter today again about it, and my wife's like, "You got to stop that shit. It's her birthday." And I'm like, "Hey, man, it is what it is. It's like, if you're in business, you should have your own podcast once a week, 15 minutes minimum, 30 minutes could be the max, or you could do Joe Rogan 3 hours if you want." To like Anthony's doing it up in in Idaho and shit now. If you look up the House Whisperer, I can't even think of his name now, Dean Sharp. Yeah, Dean Sharp, I think. But he's on one of the biggest radio stations in the LA area is KFI, AM 640. He does Saturday and Sunday, but now he shows up on all the news channels, and his whole thing, he's the House Whisperer, and his whole 3 or 4 hour show is all about how to decorate your house, how to fix your windows, which caulking to use for your bathtub. And I mean, just everything is all related to the house and irrigation and pool, everything. But now he's the guru, and he is a decorator. He's an architect. He's a house builder. And he's like, he can name his own ticket. There's a line of people waiting for him to build their house. So no matter if you're a roofer, if you're a pool guy, if you're an dude, you need your own because for me with MDK marketing is I've got some dudes in England and Ireland that I help, and I almost wish I had said no, because their timeline is so much different than mine, and it's hard for us to get together. So I'm really just trying to branch out right here in the United States. But as a hardwood flooring for my daughter, she just needs a 50-mile radius. Doug can make a bigger radius and venture down into Atlanta and over into Charlotte. But it doesn't matter where it is you become the guru. You're the dude, like my daughter. I mean, you don't, I told my Lazarus, I just told you this last week, was you're never going to run out of content. You're never going to run out of content. I was telling my daughter, like, yeah, you should come up with your own little name. And some of it should be with her partner, Miguel, but it really should just be her, and she'd be whatever the hell. And I told her to start with hardwood flooring, but then venture off and how to clean tile, how to do grout, do product like cleaning, and how to never use Bona cleaner, whatever that shit polish that they sell, and why. I mean, the content is never going to go away. You just need to start. Just get started. Let me pull up this picture. And the sooner you start, every 10 videos, you get a little bit better. So by the time you've done 100 videos, you're starting to feel your groove now. But they're on YouTube, they're on your Facebook page, they're in these community groups. Like Charlie is on here. Where's Charlie? Charlie's got a shitload of his own private Facebook groups with all these different moms in all these different communities, and he's got some kind of fake ass name to where they think he's one of the moms.
Hey Brian, you live. You telling the secrets. You can't tell the secrets on live.
It's crazy, man. But you'll be in all these. You will be the guru in your area, and that's all you need. Let me find this picture.
Nah, man, and I mean that like you've been preaching it forever, but the content is even more like, especially with the AI, because when more people are going to AI now than Google, or not more people, but a lot of people are going to AI now instead of Google.
Yeah,
I actually got my.
And Google's trying to. Lazarus just got a job off of ChatGPT.
Yep.
Nice.
Basically, it's an insurance claim, and
to give you the best advice,
something about the dishwasher was leaked, so it got a little damage. Now he has his insurance covering, so he wants the hardest finish. So he searched ChatGPT, what's the hardest finish for hardwood floors? And of course, I have the only UV curing system in southeastern PA, which, with the knowledge and keywords that I put in my website, I popped up. Even for the name of my company now is Carpet Patrol. So even with that name, I was still able to get that lead.
Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago. Me and my daughter went to this 3-day convention. Can you see it? It shows up a little bit, right?
That was in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's called Grow with Video. One, because I said, well, shit, I'm screaming at these contractors to do video, and I wanted my daughter to get more immersed with it. So I took her, but then I really went because PBD was going to be there. That was my main reason. Was number one. Number two was if I need to eat my own dog food, I want to go see if I could learn anything. I've been doing video before YouTube was around, and I wanted my daughter to be there. But then the added bonus was Alex was there, Gary V was there, and they were the big dudes. But there were a whole bunch of smaller guys, talking about video. And out of the 2,000, 3,000 people that were there, my daughter thought there were going to be all these influencers and shit. And there were a couple, but 80% of them, if not 90% of them, were just regular dudes like us, and not a lot of ladies, but business owners, small business owners who were using video like I tell people to use video. It was great to see. There's just no reason, no time in history could you ever you could be on TV and have your own show like this, and slowly grow your own audience. And because when you get new leads and you're able to just send a link back to your YouTube channel where you have your podcast of teaching people about whatever it is that you do. And that's, with the Only Wood Floor YouTube channel, with the 1,000 or so videos that we have, there's a certain set of videos that we always send. As soon as someone has a hand distressed floor that they want sanded, bam, the video goes, and it shows that. And man, and a lot of times they say, "Oh man, I already watched 50 of your videos." Blah, blah, blah. If they're talking about, "I got engineered floor and someone told me it couldn't be sanded," that video, boom, immediately shows everything: the millimeters, the this, the that, what to look for, is everything. And if I was going to do this company like my daughter is, I'd have a hardwood floor show. My buddy is man, that does the roofing guru. Man, he does a great job. But there's just no reason not to. Especially if it's the UV thing. Man, you hear me over and over again. You've got to go to Google, go to chat, any of them, Plexity, whatever they are, but ask all the questions in your area, because the answers in Chattanooga is going to be different than the ones here in LA, They're going to be all over but you need to know what the answers are that Google are giving people. And now you need to know the answers that chat's giving people. Because when the homeowner asks you and you give a different answer than the internet gives them, they're going to believe the internet more than they believe you. So when I answer shit, I always say, man, if you go to Google and search that, here's what you're going to find. Blah, 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 blah. And I say, some of that's true, some of it isn't. Here's what I've learned over the last 40 years. And then I give them the breakdown. And then for whatever reason, they go, shit, this dude's smarter than Google. And I win. The one who can tell the most convincing lie wins. When you're at the bar trying to pick up chicks, the one who can you win. The one who has the best bullshit wins. And then the best marketing is satisfying the current customer you have right now, so that you end up getting 5 to 10 customers from that one person, turning that person into your best salesperson for life. But that's just not going to always happen. That's just unrealistic. But it is. And I'm going to turn it over to you guys to answer a couple of questions that you have. But it really is looking at those best practices, finding out the 3 things that bring in the most amount of profit for the least amount of energy, and focusing on those, at least in the beginning. You've got to wring out as much profit as you can on every project. And then, start your own podcast, become the guru in your industry, in your area. That's my little spill. Lazarus, Doug, before we get out of here.
Let's see. I'm making that switch.
Go ahead.
So, and my main focus is hardwood refinishing, screen and recoats, and hardwood and site finish installs.
Yeah.
I don't want to do pre-finish, none of that bull crap. I want to be site finish. I want to be different. And I want to specifically offer the UV curing. One, because it gets your use of your home quicker. As soon as we're done, it's a harder finish. And I want to charge a premium price for it. So I'm still trying to find my pricing in my area. Because there's always guys that will like, oh, we'll do it for $2 a square foot to refinish,
Yeah, we know, right, Doug?
So, but there's guys that will do it for $6.
Oh yeah.
Upwards to 12. And
you're in that area, yeah.
So it's just me trying to differentiate myself from those low ballers. Well, I have something that none of them have.
Yeah.
So
and really, man, I hate to keep harping on it, but the videos is what's going to make you look different than all those guys that are around you, because you do become the expert. You become the top guy. You become everywhere.
With the videos too, as long as I have content coming in, sometimes I'll reuse some. But lately I just been focusing more on the business than just lining everything up to make sure everything goes perfect.
Yeah, because when you told me last week the jobs that you had coming up, I said, shit, man, call me. I don't want you to waste those jobs.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it though. It's gonna be real nice. The next week's one is gonna have a herringbone in the foyer. The other one, it's a very affluent neighborhood called Malvern. He settles on the house September 3rd. The wood is being 6-inch white oak characters all being delivered on the 4th.
Yeah.
So
hey, and when you pull into that neighborhood, is there like the brick wall that has the name on it or anything?
Do you know where Villanova University is?
I don't, but Doug does.
It's probably like 20 minutes away from that area. So.
Yeah, because when I'm doing videos and
you guys are breaking up
and stuff, I in my videos I make sure they know where I'm at and like that area, because people know it's like, oh shit, like you said, if you live in that area and I mentioned like Newport Heights to you or Skyline Drive, is like Pelican, all that stuff. If I mention certain areas around here, Brentwood, people know it's like, oh shit, that's the area, that's the new. And then I'm showing the house, and then I'm talking about character grade white oak and what makes it so special, and all of that stuff. But I try not to let anything go to waste.
Yeah, I was even thinking trying to hire someone to do a drone flying over the property and to the front door.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool.
Because it's 4-acre property. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
wild deer. It's a beautiful property.
Yeah.
And I think just spending that little extra money to like, oh wow, they let him into this house. Oh, we need him in our house now.
Yeah.
He has something no one else has, that UV system. Oh, I want to get that done.
Yeah.
I want to have basically a review from the customer, recorded, all that.
And for anyone listening, if you started that podcast like I'm telling you to do, so that you become the guru in your area, every job that you do every week could be your content for the you can do the product review, you can educate them on different whatever it is, like whatever your industry is, roofing, painting, the different types of paint, the different types of primers, the different type of finish, the different cleaners, all of that stuff. But if you're doing 1 or 2 different jobs a week, that could be part of your show, your podcast. Is like this week we're installing 2,000 feet of white oak. I brought a piece of the wood in. Here's what it is. Here's why the client chose this. Here's what we're going to do with it. And you can talk and educate it about it. Or if you don't have the piece of wood, you can say, hey, this week we're and you can show the clips, and we're sanding a engineered hand distressed flooring, and here's what all of it. I mean, so again, content is never going to be the problem. The problem is going to be you making time to do it and being consistent about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys, get out of here. Go get some birthday cake or some of that shit, whatever. Like my boy Fast Nichols. Yeah. So, all right, guys. See you guys.
Fast Nichols.
Tuesdays. I'm trying to. I got a couple of guys I'm trying to get on for the whole MDK interview. I'm trying to get outside of the industry of construction, because it's all the same. Businesses are all the same. It doesn't matter. The same principles apply no matter what the industry is. And then these Thursdays are for you, for the for the elite coaching group, Doug, and all the guys that are in there. So I'll be bugging you guys later. Enjoy it. Reach out to me if you guys need anything.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right. Thank you.